Hey, what's up, drummers? I thought I'd invite you into my house and share with you my practice pad routine that I try and do daily. Couple of things before we get started. I would strongly recommend making your daily practice pad routine enjoyable. Got a nice cup of cold water there, or a favorite cup of coffee. Um, have your pad really handy and always ready to go. I think this is really important, and I notice a lot of people don't use the pad simply because it's not set up and they don't see it every day and they don't naturally just go to it. So always have the pad set up and you can quickly get things ready and you're on the pad and you're working. I would also think about what you're doing and why you're doing it in your pad routine daily. If you're going to implement a daily practice schedule, that's quite an investment of your time and your effort. So, is it related to where you want to take your drumming? In my case, I'm not doing a lot of crazy speed stuff because it doesn't actually relate to anything I get hired for. So, for me, I've come to realize that control of dynamics and subdivision is crucial, and time, of course. So that is where I've based everything for me. I'm also going to be using the Benny Greb language of drumming alphabet system for my accent patterns. So hopefully you're familiar with that. And I'll just quickly show you where this is going to start. Oh, another key thing. If you use your phone as a metronome, like I do, just a nice free metronome app, then make sure that you've switched your phone to flight mode. You just can't have distractions when you're trying to work on your hands, and you might only get a small window of time each day to actually do this. So make sure it's really quality and no distractions. So I'm going to be going at 80 BPM here. Now, if we did these in 16th notes, just using the Benny Greb system for accents, it'll be something like this. Hopefully this comes through the mic, the metronome here. So 16th notes, 1, 2, 3, accents. 2 bars of each. And then onto the other side for those accents. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to change subdivision, just because I'm quite used to this exercise and I like to push it into different subdivisions and feel how the accents roll over the bar line that way. I mean, there's so many things. Feel free to comment or hit me up with things that I might have forgotten, but I also think it's super important to not bash the living crap out of your practice pad. There's a tendency, because it's rubber and it's quiet, to really smack it. And I mean, if that was a snare, it'd be quite unpleasant to listen to, especially in a band setting. So just keep it really relaxed. Shoulders down. One really good tip, golden tip that I got actually, was to make sure your jaw is loose and your teeth aren't touching. It's really hard to have tension in your body if your jaw is loose and your upper and lower teeth aren't touching. Weird tip, I know, but actually works surprisingly well. So I'm going to go through all of the Benny Greb letters using accents, and I'm going to do a bar of 16th notes, a bar of 16th note triplets, back to a bar of 16th notes, then move on. Hopefully this makes sense to you. And again, just hit me up if you've got any questions or it doesn't make sense, and I'll be happy to try and explain what I'm doing here. Okay, we're going to go straight into the Benny Greb ternary letters. Now, the sound of this is going to be quite different because in 16th notes, sorry, turn that off. In 16th notes, these are naturally going to be polyrhythm, and then they're going to sound square when they go into the triplet version, which is kind of the opposite of what we just did. If that sounds like mumbo jumbo, we're going to get straight into it, and here it is. Cool. Hopefully that made sense. Next thing I do is I go into basically the same routine using the Benny Greb system, except now I do the doubles. And he talks about this in the book, in the DVD. So instead of playing the accent as an accent, you double it. And just to make it a bit more of a challenge, I guess, and to really work on my subdivision and time, I like to do this on the offbeat. So the click, now it's the same click. I get this question a lot. The click hasn't changed. I've just changed what I'm playing in relation to the click. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, now it's 1 and 3, 4, and the click is going to be on the offbeats. Hopefully that makes sense. And this time there's no subdivision change. I'm just going to basically do 2 bars of 16th notes of each Benny Greb letter. Here we go. That was downbeats, eh? Right, let's try offbeats. And 3, and 4, and... Cool. That's probably the worst practice pad routine that I've done for the year, obviously because the mic's on, but hopefully the point gets across. So I find that's great. That little exercise there is awesome. It sort of wakes up your doubles a little bit, gets the fingers moving and the wrists, which is great. And then simply I just finish off with a run through of the Tommy Igoe Great Hands for a Lifetime basic routine. On the basic version at the moment, mainly because I've got a lot of students also working through the basic and I want to sort of make sure I'm on top of that with them and I can actually execute it at a nice high level that students are going to appreciate. And here it is. And yeah, I just coming back to sort of what I said before, super key that this is not military boot camp. This is supposed to be enjoyable and drawing practice and something that we want to build on and compound on over time. So make sure your environment's really nice and tidy and you're comfortable, you got your water, and the pad is always available and ready to go. It's not a hassle. You don't have to go searching for your practice pad and find something to put it on. Just get another snare stand and it's a dedicated snare basket for a practice pad. You'll thank me for that because it's much easier to get to and you're just going to want to play it a lot more. Yeah, and flight mode on the phone if you need your phone. If you don't need the phone, turn it off. All right, and here is the basic Great Hands for a Lifetime workout.
Lifetime warm-up basic version with click only. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right hand, left hand, right, left.
Cool. So, yep. Obviously, we all know what the Great Hands for a Lifetime workouts are, or we should. But I thought may as well play it just to show you what I'm doing in my routine, and sort of, I guess, good for me to actually know how much time I'm spending, because I'm guessing it's about 15, 20 minutes, which is actually fairly manageable. And most people would be able to carve out 20 minutes of a day to invest in their hands and their time and their concentration, and getting in the zone and improving their drumming. You can hear more of my musings and me chatting to other drummers on the NZ Drummer Podcast, or NZ Drummer Podcast. Had some awesome guests on there and got amazing guests lined up. My website is andrewrooneydrums.com if you want to see what I'm all about there. I'm a private drum teacher in Auckland, New Zealand. And let me know, comment with any thoughts or any great practice tips you've got that you use for the pad. I do change this routine regularly. This is what I've been working on at the moment. But I do, incorporate a lot of other things like stick control, or master studies, or lots of other fun things into, just to keep it interesting and always keep yourself challenged. I don't have it here at the moment, but in my diary, I always note down again the time, the BPM markings, and how everything felt. Was it a good session? Did I struggle on one thing? Like today was a struggle. We've got mics and cameras, and I'm really aware of what I'm doing. So today I'd maybe give myself a 4 out of 10, but that's all right. And let me know if you want any more videos like this in the future, and we can talk all things drums, and yeah, it's good stuff. All right, take it easy. Ciao.